And recording started. Okay. This game is called A Song of Sunlight. I don't know how long this demo will be, so hopefully it fits within 1.5 hours. The store description for this page says, an RPG set in a distant, lonely future. Follow Aram, a young man lured from his small island community to explore the desolate megastructure beneath it, the Well. With the simple goal of finding the exit, Aram will burden himself with something more terrible than he ever thought possible. The game is from an indie dev called Rage for Dragons. They made one other game called Arma Culture, which is a free game, and I've heard of it before, but I never actually got around to playing it. I installed it and then never actually got around to playing it. But anyway, the game has music. Let me arrange my windows and then we'll get going. Okay. I did like what I saw of this, so definitely wanted to give it a shot. Mouse doesn't seem to work for this, even though I do have a cursor. Oh. Just keyboard for now. Only English for now. Chapter 1. The Children of the Sun. That morning, the first day of the warm season, was a day of high prayer. Press Z to continue. How nice. High prayer wasn't often, but always coincided with a change in the weather. I jolted awake, disoriented, and aware that something wasn't right. What is it that's wrong? Hearing the sounds of the crowd in the morning air outside my window, the dread came over me, and suddenly I realized Canary and I should have left already. Desiring greatly not to embarrass myself by being late to the first prayer of the season, I rushed out of my room to find him. Walk, roll, interact. Close. I took a moment to glance at my desk, made of a light unlacquered wood. Atop it sat the water basin which I used to wash my face. The basin was wonderful work. Some of Canary's best. I really should be going. Roll, roll. Oh. I can't leave without Canary. Yes, you can. Well, I could. But I shouldn't. True? Okay, fair enough. Roll. Canary was sitting at a small table in the hall between our two sleeping rooms. He studied a small shard of ceramic taken from a broken vase laying in pieces before him. Can, let's go, I said firmly. Canary smiled. Do we need to be somewhere? God above, I asked you to wake me up one time as a favor, I said, kicking myself for being so naive. You asked, but I don't remember agreeing, he replied, returning to his study with a half-hidden smirk. And it isn't that late, I only heard the first bell. It really was quite like Canary to leave just before he was expected to be somewhere, arriving shamefully late and without worry nonetheless. More often than not, it led to frustration, but there was a part of me that admired his unbothered manner. Well, a very small part. I stared at him expectantly while he continued to examine the ceramic. After a long few breaths, it quickly became apparent that Canary didn't plan on leaving anytime soon. Do you have to do this right now? Yes, we've got plenty of time. If we left right now, we'd be early. Doesn't prayer start at the first bell? Well, yeah. And nobody gets there at the first bell. But oh, that's right. If Aunt's sitting towards the front, she'll be offended or something. I have no idea what you're talking about. You're changing the subject. We can't be late for 2 prayers in a row. Don't you know how that looks? Canary turned to face me and shrugged his shoulders. Do you honestly think they'll hold us back just for missing a few prayers? And I'd rather pray on my own anyway. Just go ahead if you want. I'll even take the fall for this one. I shook my head. Oh no, I'm in no rush. I could wait all day, I said with bravado, attempting to seem relaxed. I was calling his bluff. Canary gave me a frank look, pursing his lips. We locked eyes, and after a moment, he couldn't help but crack a smile. Leaning back, he sighed dramatically, making a show of throwing up his hands and putting on a weary expression. Alright, since you're begging me, he said, setting the ceramic back down on the table. That's not what happened, I said, offering him a hand as he reached for his walking stick. He waved it away and came to his feet slowly, resting his weight entirely on the left. Give me a small nod. Apparently going up doesn't require a interaction. And also while he's here with me, I walk very slowly. Basically the Nier Automata scene. The settlement was awake. The crowd milled about as Canary and I stepped from our doorway into the light of the street. A soft wind fell over us, twisting my menage about my legs. The low chatter of voices filled my ears. I watched idly as faces passed me. I had seen every face before. Some each day for years, others in passing. To find an unfamiliar face was rare. The children of sunlight knew one another well. It was mid-morning, shortly before the second bell. Canary had been right about that, it seemed. The sun burned in the sky, sparse clouds breaking the bright pale blue. We were expected at the temple, all the young and healthy. Let's just take the main street. I'll lead and you follow. God, no. They may really be late. That's a good point. I'll follow you then. Yeah. I see as we go back home. What if you go the other way? Everyone's obviously going left. I also cannot roll on this scene. Aram? That's not the right way. Huh? Oh, right, sorry. Walk. X opens up my inventory. I have a weapon, and a shield, and a bunch of clothing. For some reason, I have to select the slot to wear an item in. That makes no sense. Like if I select a menage, if I select my sandals, for example, when I hit equip, I have to choose a slot to put my sandals in. And where am I going to put it? On my head? On my body? Like what? Obviously, it's here. Wait a minute. I can apparently unequip everything. Huh? Oh, I cannot unequip everything. But yeah, the fact that you have to choose where to wear the item makes zero sense. What is that star on the roof? Ah, good morning, Aram. Good morning, Bashi. How's your shift been? Pretty uneventful this morning. Every once in a while is once in a while. I'll have to break up an argument or something. But that's really this time of year, you know? Sounds like a perfect fit for you then, Vashi. Oh, hello, Canary. I see you haven't changed a bit. Hey, come on now. I don't see any noses. I do like the somewhat manga-ish style of art. The dev's other game is also like this. The arts are kind of manga-ish. Khan and I really need to get to prayer. See you later, Varshi. Yeah, yes, I don't see any noses. The character designs kind of look like, kind of remind me of characters from what? From Yu Yu Shiki, maybe, the anime? Conversation among the crowd, while frequent, was in low, hushed tones. I took in pieces of the conversation as we walked along the weathered cinder brick road. What have you heard? Have you seen the fields? No, I don't know. And so on. Is there more to walk? There is. What is this? Picked up red powder. Pick up ceramic shards. The one's for you, my dear Canary. Can we please move faster? Apparently you need to use Z to enter a passageway, but you do not need to use Z to leave a passageway. So what happened there was that I walked to the edge of the passageway and hit Z. And what that did is I left the passageway and then re-entered the passageway with the Z. Because I didn't realize that leaving did not require me to press Z. Hey Aram, how are you? I'm doing well, thanks. We're advancing this season, right? Congratulations! Thanks! I'll join you guys pretty soon. I look forward to it. Oh, and this was Canary, right? Oh, don't pretend you don't remember me. You're so smart. You and I were inseparable back in the day. Not quite. What happens if we speak to you a second time? Hey Aram, how are you? You're saying skip. Slowly coming to a stop, I began to notice that the street was filled with cars. Hey Miranai, yes! I also saw this one earlier, so it caught my eye and I decided to play this. Thank you very much for stopping by and first time chat. Nice to meet you. If you have to head off to bed, don't worry about that, but I appreciate you coming by. And yes, I love the art style as well. Slowly coming to a stop, I began to notice that the street was filled with cars. I also like the concept of the game. It's kind of, they talk about a mega structure below ground that you have to explore later on. Kind of like a, I'm not sure if it's a Metroidvania or if it's just a regular platformer. But I do like that it's wrapped up in this story as well. And I did see from the description of the game and the screenshot that it goes through a quite interesting storyline. So yeah, we see. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. They were vegetable carts, the ones used to bring food from the plantation to the settlement. It wasn't odd to see them this time of year, as the warm season always signified the harvest. No, what stopped me was that they were all empty. Empty and abandoned, it seemed. Why have all these carts been left here? Huh? I don't know. Oh, wait. Might have to do with all that stuff they've been saying about the harvest. What stuff? Who's been saying it? Didn't I tell you? You didn't. That's why I'm asking. At work, I heard some rumors about the harvest this year. Like, that it's not too good. From a few different people. Not good? Nobody told me anything. does that mean? Lower yield than normal, I'd assume. It's probably not a big deal, okay? Shouldn't we be going? Oh, there's a bell. Oh, yes, sorry. So many bells. Speak. Morning, Aram, Canary. You two should really hurry along. Prayer is going to start soon. Hear that, Aram? There's no hope now. Let's turn around. Shut up. We're going to make it. Not at the rate you're moving now. Thanks, no problem. The roofs here look like they're going to be a Parker. There's going to be a Parker segment later, right? Especially since there's an item back on one of the other roofs. Picked up red powder. Picked up ceramic shards again. By the time Canary and I made our way to the last block before the temple, the crowd had already dispersed. Everyone was already inside, it seemed. The street was left in peaceful quiet. To Canary's chagrin and my dismay, the two of us were late. Can we pick up the pace? I think everyone is inside already. Well, that's that. They started without us. I think the proper thing to do now is head back home and... What? No way. There's no way we can just skip it. I seem to recall a saying, if you're going to be late to something, you're better off not showing up at all. You and I both know that nobody says that. Come on. Alright. Aram, you're cutting it close. I think they're starting any minute now. Ah, crap. Come on, Khan. You've got to hurry inside. God above, you're the one that keeps stopping. Okay, that's true. But you don't have to actually say that. Aram? That's not the right way, yeah. So this is the standard message from going too far or trying to leave the map is always that thing. Walk of shame down the aisle. The room was quiet and smelled of ash. Canary and I filed in, the space crowded with many already kneeling in a ring around the center of the room. Dimly lit, the only source of light was a bright beam of sun streaming in through an opening in the ceiling. The light cast against the floor in such a way that no person knelt directly in it, instead surrounding the radius of the circle ever so closely. Canary and I found an open space a few rings from the front, kneeling and folding our hands in the proper manner. It's very ominous that the music has stopped as well. As people continued to enter, I scanned the room. There was my father, sat towards the back, across from me in a circle. We made eye contact and he gave me a small smile, nodding towards the floor. I looked lower, noticing Ashada's weapon lying delicately across his knees. Embarrassed I had forgotten, I quickly did the same. In the far back of the room was my mother, speaking in hushed tones to a girl close to my age. After a moment, she caught my gaze as well and smiled. High prayer drew all to the temple. Every young man and woman from each obligation. The settlement came together in prayer often. It was how we spoke with God. I opened my eyes and the Sunlight Maidens had made their way to the center of the circle. The deep red of their clothes was striking amidst a room of browns and greys. And also they all looked identical, down to the very curves of their noses. Some were young as I, if not younger, while others were nearly as old as my own mother. In a line they came quickly and quietly, their pale skin bathed all at once in sunlight. I looked closely, but she wasn't there. Not yet. A girl about my age stood towards the front of the group. Her name was Farik. She raised her hands to the sky, then brought them down gently, suddenly speaking. Hear us, God. See us, God, for we are here. Her voice was soft, but carried throughout the chamber. We are still here, O God. We are here where you left us. We have not gone away. We have not forsaken your blessings and your gift to us. The girl closed her eyes. And so we ask you. At this, we lowered our heads, nearly to the floor. I felt Canary do so to my left. Grant us safety. Grant us healthy children. At this, she paused. I looked up, suddenly aware of her face. Her expression was strained. Grant us good harvest? She paused again. Give us guidance if we have strayed from your plan, and grant us strength in the coming seasons, whatever hardships we may face. Please, O God. What? The image of the street and the empty vegetable carts returned. Maybe it was true then? Maybe the harvest hadn't been good. I was pulled from my thoughts by the motion of Canary returning to a kneel beside me. The rest of the room had already done so, and I pulled myself up quickly. I noticed then the small fire lit by the other Sunlight Maidens, and another had begun to approach the circle. She strode confidently, yet her face was obscured, the hood of her menage pulled low. The long braid of her hair spilled out to one side, gently swaying as she came near. Her step, the way she held her hands at her waist, I knew it without seeing her face. It was Sachita. Stepping to the light, the other maidens made room by the fire. Farik watched her closely. I couldn't read the expression of Farik's face. Sachita stood for a moment unmoving, seeming to ignore anyone around her. And then, all at once, her hands came forward. She held them upwards towards the open sky above. In her palms there was a soft glow of indigo light. The air seemed to shimmer, small specks of dust pulling closer and closer to the center of her cupped hands. There was a soft, dull sound, and suddenly the light was gone. In her hands was a small wooden figure, something like a woman. She held it above the flame for a long moment. An offering, your gift to us, and our gift to you. Sachita spoke more softly than Farik. Opening her hands, the figure fell into the flames. Quickly it caught and began to smolder. Quickly it caught on fire and began to smolder. White smoke rose from the fire and into the morning air. Clasping our hands, we raised them above our heads. The eyes of the room were on the smoke as it danced upward toward the light. But I was watching her. Sachita too, after a long moment, raised her head to watch the smoke. But the motion was quick, and the hood fell back from her face. There, in a hazy light, Sachita's features were on full display to the room. Her hair was a lighter brown than most. It fell to both sides of her pale face, pale white like that of any Sunlight Maiden. Yet, at a further glance, the left half was strange. Splotches of crimson red ran across it, the appearance of burnt skin. Her eyes at first glance shone a vibrant ochre, but the left, the iris had faded, now in ashen grey. It was half of her body, it seemed, half of her body that bore the memory of illness. Sachita's face grew apprehensive as she realized her hood had fallen away. Quickly, her gaze went across the crowd. I looked as well. I knew what I would see. Where faces before were neutral, now they were strained. Some looked away. Others let their mouths fall carelessly into sharp frowns. I looked to Sachita again, and at last she looked at me. Something came over her face for a moment, but just as quickly it was gone. Sachita put her hood back on. The ceremony continued for a short while longer. Each of us prayed quietly, and eventually it was time to leave. There was work to be done. Did you see that new girl? What's her name? The one that gave the prayer? Huh? Oh yeah. I think the name is Farik. She was pretty. You don't even remember her name. Why do you? General Ed, she's our age. We used to play together, remember? It's not like we've spoken since then. Just then, a girl emerged from the temple doorway. She clutched her notebook under one arm tightly as she descended the stairs towards us. Prava's hair was long and she wore it tied up high on her head. It was certainly too long for a potter, but for some reason the kiln let her grow it out longer than was practical. Prava was a very hard worker though, so I could see why they might make an exception for her. She stopped a few feet short and smiled at us, giving Canary a wave. Good morning. Wow, Khan. You're actually here. I'm shocked. I thought I was going to need to come to your rooms. I exceed expectations as usual. Aram, you had something to do with this, right? Not really. Yeah, that's a lie. I gave him a little push out the door. I don't remember it that way. God's light, Khan. Aram is too good for you, to you. I don't know about all that. No, hold on. She makes a really good point. You see? Don't you realize that you and I have good lives? Khan, you have one job. Just one. They bring us our meals and all you need to do is show up to the temple on time every few days. Prava? No, I'm not finished yet. Come on, Prava. It's early. Okay, fine. But don't complain today. You have a lot to do at the kiln. Let's get going. Alright. See ya, Aram. Goodbye. We'll see you later tonight, I think. Yeah, see you. Prava held out her arm for Canary to take. He hesitated for a moment, but soon took it with a roll of his eyes. They're so cute. The pair made their way down the stairs and started in the direction of the kiln. Prava insisted on walking Canary every morning. It's not as if he needed help getting there, but he humored her anyway. Canary wouldn't ever admit that, of course. I looked at the sun in the sky for a short moment. It's time. I should head to the armory. I can be late myself. This was an important season. Canary and I were very close to advancement. It felt odd taking a short breath. My future was in front of me, close by. So the entire thing, I had no decisions except like to go around and pick up stuff, I guess, on the way to the temple. And it's been like half an hour into the game already. Like the introduction is a little long. Can I go up here? Wait, where am I going? This isn't the way to the armory. God, I'm tired. But at least now I can walk faster and I can roll. This isn't a visual novel. It's not. I have hit points and stamina bar down here and levels and gear. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's not? Yeah. That's the wrong way. The rest will save the game, right? Oh, upgrade items. I took my place among the oldest of the apprentices, gathered in a small crowd. Wound bearers of all ages moved around me in the courtyard. Some of the boys near the back noticed my presence and gave me a small nod. I smiled and nodded back. Father stood apart from the group. He was my father, but known to the settlement as Ashadar of the High Wound Bearers. Noticing my approach, he nodded in my direction and began to speak. The warm season has begun on this holy day. This will be the last season of our apprenticeship. For 8 long years, all of you have trained within these walls. You have trained so that you may do your part to improve the lives of the people of the settlement. It is our obligation to keep our loved ones safe and to maintain the island's peace. But you all know, advancing to journeyman is a significant rite. And so, the settlement must see that you are prepared. It has come time that you demonstrate the extent of your skills. We will be facing each other in combat these next few weeks. Show me the flame that I have cultivated in you. Show me the fire the children of sunlight hold within themselves. Understood. Our voices came at once, a familiar call and response. Father gestured and we formed the familiar ring. I felt the morning's uneasiness begin to fade. Why did the morning prayer shake me so much? I don't remember. Father looked in my direction and nodded. I stepped into the circle. Grasping my blade in one hand, I assumed neutral position. Father scanned the ring of wound bearers before setting his eyes on Sajan, off to my left. Sajan was somewhat taller and darker in complexion than myself. Nodding, he stepped into the center of the ring as well. He gave a small smile, nervousness palpable on his face. He's not darker, complexion-wise, it's just the shadow of the sun. The shadow of something blocking the sun. It was hard to hide my own. It's early, usually we have time to warm up. I felt my muscles tense, and I shifted the grip on my mouse, aiming my weapon. Father says beginning immediately. I should win this. I need him to see me win. In order to block an incoming attack, press X at the correct time, right as the outer ring touches the inner ring. So like, basically a rhythm game. Blocking attacks will drain your stamina bar. If you run out of stamina, you won't be able to block and will take increased damage. The better you time your block, the less stamina you lose. If you time it perfectly just as the rings touch, you lose 0 stamina. Stamina will passively refill while on defense, or you can also restore it by choosing the defend option in your turn. To do so, press X when the command menu appears. Isn't this the same thing? Blocking attacks, wait, no, I'll take increased damage. Better you time your block, the less stamina you lose. Rhythm in the sunlight. As opposed to like rhythm in the rain. If you time it perfectly, just as the rings touch, you lose 0 stamina. Stamina will passively refill, yeah, but I'm just going around in circles, I guess. Now it's your turn to respond. From your command menu, initiate an attack by pressing Z. Attacks cost stamina, so be sure you don't use too much. Attacks work the same as blocking. Time your button press the ring closing, but to attack press Z instead. Just as with blocking, timing your command perfectly will result in a bonus. Or more, for attacking that bonus is more damage. Timing perfectly to deal maximum damage. While you've had unlimited time to choose actions so far, know that in real combat you only have a few seconds to make a decision about what to do. If you run out of time, you will automatically defend. Practice what you've learned so far and defeat Sajan. I don't see why I should not just let it run out. Ow. But it's nice to let the thing run out so that I can have a breather and kind of look at my stats and decide what to do. There isn't a rush. I guess there isn't a rush in doing in choosing attack or defend on my turn. Sajjan wasn't down for long. It's not like while I'm waiting for my turn, while I'm trying to decide what to do, the enemy's action bar is filling up or anything like that. We're just taking turns. He came quickly to his knees, dusting himself off and grinning. Breathing hard, I scanned the crowd for Father. He looked at me for a short moment, giving a small nod of approval. It felt great. Father called out, again. Sajjan got to his feet and we assumed our starting positions once again. While on defense instead of blocking, you also have the option to evade an incoming attack. Certain attacks can't be blocked and must be evaded. In order to evade, press shift while holding left or right, using keys to evade forwards or backwards respectively. You'll know to evade when you see a square shape action command. While heavy attacks must be avoided by evading, you can choose to evade any attack instead of blocking. However, evading costs significantly more stamina than blocking, so it should be used only in situations where it's necessary. All the attacks you've had to deal with so far have been neutral hits. However, your opponent may attack in a specific direction. Pay close attention to the hit circle to watch for the direction. In order to block a directional attack, simply block as normal, but hold the direction of the arrow shown at the same time. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, I have to press down and X. Okay. Do I have to press them? Which key can I press in advance though? Okay, there we go. So I can press the directional key in advance. You've now learned all the fundamentals of combat. Use what you've learned to defeat Sajjan again. Oh, that was a So I can see his health up top, he's almost dead, but my stamina is low, so I'm gonna... Ow. It's an interesting system. It's a system I haven't really seen in a game before. Interesting. It's how I'm gonna categorize it for now. I'm gonna need to play with it more to see whether it feels good or not. Before I realized it, midday had come. Father signaled to the courtyard that it was time to break for the meal. The group began to file inside, exhausted. My hands behind my head, I took a moment to breathe deeply and recover. I noticed Sajjan at my side, chest rising and falling similarly. He gave me a sidelong look and grinned. God's light, Aram, you've gotten way too good. I'll be sure and return the favor tomorrow. I smiled back and helped him to his feet. I had been trained with Sajjan for many years. I had been trained? I guess it's like a duo kind of thing. We weren't close outside of the armory, but he was a friendly face. Sure, Saj, I said playfully, but you'll have to try harder than that. Sajjan laughed and clapped me on the back before turning to head into the building. I followed a few feet behind. The room was filled with long tables. Wound barrels typically sat amongst those their own age. I looked across the room, noticing the set of tables where my group was eating. Nearby sat my father. We made eye contact and he smiled. Just then I had a feeling I wanted to ask him something. I strode nearer and sat across from him, folding my legs underneath myself. You did well earlier. Sir John is larger than you, but you maneuvered around his size advantage well. Thank you, Father. I don't tell you often enough, but I'm very proud of how your skills have grown these past few seasons. When the current season has ended and it comes time, you will make a fine temple guard. Really? Is it certain that will be my concentration? I've recommended it to Ashan many times. You have great foresight and always make the wisest decision. So yes, I'm sure. Father smiled. Suddenly I recalled what it was I wanted to ask him. Empty vegetable carts flashed through my mind. Just then a young boy came by, passing steaming ceramic bowls. I took mine in my hands, feeling its warmth. But something was odd. It was half full. I looked up at Father, taking small bites. Father? Yes, Aram? Isn't this less than a normal portion? It is. But why? I'm certain that Ashan will make an announcement in due time. This has happened before you were born. I didn't think I would live to see another. But alas. So then, does this have to do with the harvest? Yes. It's called famine, Aram. When the yield of vegetables is lower than normal, lower than what is necessary to feed the settlement. Famine. So it's going to happen? It seems that way from what I've been told. There may be difficulties soon. Oh. What sort of difficulties? It's often difficult to determine a fair distribution of food among the settlement. Whatever the decision, wound bearers must serve to enforce it. When you advance, you will play a part in this. I did the same. I don't really understand. The weapon you carry, Aram, it gives you a special right among the children of sunlight. You understand this, wound bearers maintain the peace. There may come a time when the weapon must deter those who disturb that peace. What do you mean? Let's speak of other things, Aram. Don't worry yourself about these things right now. You have plenty to focus on, SS. When the time comes, we will discuss it further. Alright. We continued to eat, speaking of smaller things. But his words stuck with me. I tried to ignore the feeling, but I was shaken. I already know that wound bearers are often asked to keep the peace. If somebody is stealing from the community or hurting another person, there's just no need to do something like that on our island. So I can understand using force to stop that person. But if all they want is a meal, there's always been enough to go around until now. The thought of it made me uneasy. Eventually, the meal ended and we returned to work. The days slipped by as I continued to practice and spar with my peers. The bright midday sun grew cold and brilliant orange by the time Father dismissed us. It was late afternoon now. I have not healed at all. Never mind, I'll heal up. Using the rest thing heals me right back up. That was really impressive. Earlier today, I mean. You didn't lose a single match. Really? I guess I didn't. I'm pretty humble about it, Aram. I think you become one of the best in our age group. Humble? It's not like that. I just didn't see any of this as a competition. Once we advance, we'll leave all this sparring behind. All of this is so that we can protect people, right? I won't ever need to fight any of you guys for real, so what's the point of comparing ourselves? You're not wrong. That's a good way of looking at it. Hey, speaking of, what concentration are you hoping for? I'm not sure yet. But probably peacekeeping. Temple Guard sounds pretty dull. Like I wouldn't really get to do much. Do you think... And Sentry? Well, I don't think it's for me. I see. Hey, staying late, huh? I was hoping I might run into you. Oh, sorry. I wasn't planning on staying long. Damn, really? Not even for a little bit? I was thinking we could get another match in. Well, come on, Aram. I need redemption from before. There's no way I can let things stand as they are. It's not like that. You've beaten me plenty of times in the past. Not recently. In fact, I don't think I've beaten you sparring once in the past year. Maybe. Come on. I know exactly why I lost earlier. I'm ready this time. Okay. Just a quick match. Hope you're ready for a real challenge this time. Sure. I keep missing that. Oh. Ow. Ow. I almost killed. Oops. Wait, so this was supposed to be a quick match. You're not supposed to kill me from that match. That seems, yeah. But it was because I missed a couple of the big hits. I kind of forgot about that key, so I wasn't pressing that key at all. Yeah, I think that was a kill. Probably. They did say he was killed. Which makes no sense. Ow! Again I missed. There we go. Oh right, I have to do that thing. Yeah, I'll have to adjust the number. Ow. Yeah, can you do a death set 2 for me? Just set it as 2. Because it doesn't affect the total lifetime death, so it would add it to the counter anyway. Actually, you know what? Just set it as 2. Actually, let me do the. What we should do is actually this. Do that, and then do that, and then do that. Okay. Well, that. Okay, so now we're restoring that 2 in the notes field, and when we go back to FFT after demo week, we'll restart it. God above, there's no damn way. Again. Not bad. If it's any consolation, you made me work much harder than before. God, spare me the pity. Looks like I'll have to double down my training from now on. This isn't over, you hear me? I'll beat you one of these days, Aram. Sure, whatever you say. Picked up Mark of Honor ×2. Oh, hello, Aram. Good evening. Coming by to get more training in? Not today, though I really should. Any extra practice you can fit in will only help. Good on you for staying after. Ha, I've got a long way to go. We're not in the same category at all. You're pretty much guaranteed to make Temple Guard, right? Your father's word must go a long way. I wouldn't say it's certain by any means, but he definitely wants it. Well, even if he wasn't a high wound bearer, he'd be eligible for any concentration he wanted, with skills like yours. I should definitely go rest first. Also, which way is out? So there's a way out here. Oh. I guess that was out. I stepped into the street and admired the fading orange light. The rest of the afternoon is my own. Suppose I could return home and read. Or something. No. I realized then what it was I really wanted to do. I'll go look for her. I'd like to see Sachita today. I'd like to hear her voice. Is she still at the temple? I should go look. During free time, you're allowed to explore the settlement at your own pace and complete side content. Take side quests, talk to the people of the settlement, and collect items. The story will not progress unless you pursue the main quest objective. You can view your current quest at any time by pressing C to open the status menu, as well as mark a quest as a current track quest. I want to see what's at the other end of this. Because there was a thing here, right? Wasn't there? This thing? Oh. Well, if it isn't Ashada-san, what are you still doing here? Need something? Hello. I was looking for Journeyman Kabir. Wasn't he on storage duty? He was. It's me now, though. Seriously? Well, is there anything spare for barter? Probably, but you'll have to trade as much as anyone else, you hear? No exceptions. What? This is my obligation too. I shouldn't have to pay in full. Sorry, man. Those are the rules. Go tell your dad if you think it's unfair. Screw you. Kabir was much nicer. So I can trade a mark of honor for any of these things, I guess. Or like 2 marks of honor. Well, no, these ones need 3. This one needs 2. Or I can buy them straight up for money. I think is what it's trying to tell me. So I could buy whatever this is, a War and Ritual Shield, but nah. Let's keep it. Let's wait for Kabir to be here. I will bemoan the lack of a jump. There is no jump skill for some reason, even though there is a roll skill. Hey, you're a wound bearer, right? Yeah. Oh, for real? Hey, let me ask you something. Okay. You do alright with girls? Huh? You know, does being a wound bearer help get girls' attention? Oh, well, hopefully. Ah, crap. I knew it. I hate sewing. It's not manly at all. I'll never find a girl this way. Well, good luck. Good evening. To you as well. Do you need something? No. So it looks like all the shaded people in front cannot be spoken to, but the random people behind can. That's the wrong way. Hello, young man. Oh, hello, sir. What are you up to this evening? Nothing much, really. It's not very interesting. No, I get it. When I was young, I preferred to laze about in my free time as well. But these days, I take it slow even when I've got work to do. Cough, cough. Hello. What are you up to? Nothing much. Just passing by. Is this a side quest? What do you think, Inaya? Don't act so friendly. Here I thought for a wonderful moment someone had come by to actually borrow a book. But no. It's just you. How do you know I don't want one? Do you? No. There you go. Can I stop by just to say hello? Is that really so bad? Oh, please, Aaron. I know you're not stopping by in the afternoons simply for the pleasure of my small talk. You just want to hear a story, right? Well, that's a part of it. Look, Aaron. All the stories I know are in this library already. Why don't you just read them yourself? I could, but I like hearing them read aloud. Well, I've got things to do today. I don't have time to sit around and tell you stories. In fact, why don't you make yourself useful? We've got 3 outstanding returns that haven't been handed in yet. Why don't you go track them down and bring the books back? As you can see by how lively it is in here, we're lacking the manpower. Manpower? Can't you just do it yourself? You don't seem that busy to me. I have to watch the desk, genius. I can't just go for a stroll when I feel like it. Weren't you just complaining that nobody ever comes by to borrow anything? You got me there. I'm terrible with people though. And confrontation. What if they yell at me, Aram? Imagine some strange recluse girl showing up at your obligation, nagging you about returning a book. That would yell at me too. Honestly, how hard is it to remember to bring back a damn book? Okay, you're making me feel guilty. I was going to do it anyway. Well, that was easy. The girl asks you to do something and you just do it. Don't make me change my mind. Who borrowed these books anyway? Where am I going? Let's see. First guy was a wound bearer. That one should be easy for you. Second one was an apprentice combat maker, I think. And no, that's right. The last guy didn't tell me his application. Though he mentioned that he was on his way home, somewhere nearby the courier outpost. To try and find where he lives, maybe. This is sounding like a lot of work. Sure is, better get started then, huh? Yeah, I'm on it. As a reward, maybe I'll tell you a story. If you're lucky. She's blushing. Hey, just you again today? It's just me every day. You know how many new apprentices the library got this season? 0. That's right. Literally none. Really? Well, they've been steadily moving children out of history keeping into other obligations for the last few years. Guess they considered a pretty low priority. Can't blame them, honestly. But if things continue as they are, the next apprentice at the library will probably be my kid. God, that's kind of depressing, isn't it? Well, the bright side is you get to run things around here, right? You sound like the library master. What that means in practice is I have to do literally everything. Speaking of, have anything for barter today? Haven't been asked that in a while. Let me look. 3 ink. Ink costs 200. So someone here owes a book. Must be you. Hey, sorry to bother you, but I'm here on behalf of the library. Did you happen to borrow a book a while back? And forget to give it back? Did I borrow a... Oh, crap! Yeah, I totally did. I think I have it in my bag somewhere. Oh, good. Just give it to me and I'll take it back. Thanks! Here. I appreciate it. The game is very wordy. But but for some reason I don't really feel that it's overly wordy. It is very wordy. But because the text flows by very quickly, it doesn't really matter. Or it wouldn't really matter if not for the fact that I'm reading all of it out. How many quests do we have here? Oh, this is the main quest though. A wound bearer. Yeah. I think I've seen her around. It's possible. That was a quick one. What about you? Good evening. It's nice out, isn't it? Well, it's a little cold now. That is true. But beautiful nonetheless, despite the cold. Yeah, you're right. The island's really beautiful in this light. Isn't it? The grass is the same color as the sky. Sometimes I think about that when I'm worried about something. It calms me down. Really? The grass is the same color as the sky. Huh. Yes. After all, if God made something so beautiful, why would He ever let anything happen to it? Good point. guess everything's yellow. Carpet Maker Skill. You know, right? About the fields? I do. Harvest was bad this year, right? Worse than bad. Our portions were cut in half today. Maybe you've just been conservative and saving more food than usual? God willing, that's all it is. Good evening. Yes, to you too. Sorry, do we know each other? I'm losing a space here. I've forgotten. Maybe, yeah. Awkward. Oh. Hello. Can I help you? Hello. Is there anything spare for barter today? Barter? Sure. We always have a lot of extra material lying around at the loom. Not sure what use you'll have for any of it, Woundbearer. But you're welcome to take a look, though. Doesn't tell me what the items do, though. I don't think. Die, lucky charm. There's no like information on what it does. So what are these exclamation marks down here? Quest log, okay. What new? Oh, I guess it's a library book. It would be the library book, right? All these things that I picked up. Hello, I'm here on behalf of the library. Did you borrow a book from them a while back? I think you forgot to return it. Huh? Oh, yeah, I guess I did. Is it overdue? I didn't realize there was a time limit. Wow. Yeah? The girl that works there might have mentioned something like that. So much modern gaming involves removing exclamation marks by clicking on things. You're right, you know? You're right. now that you mention it. She's quite the looker, huh? Guess I was distracted. Uh-huh. Can you give it back, please? Oh, right. Here you go. Thanks. Wonder if she's seeing anyone right now. My, if it isn't Aram? Hello, dear. How are you this evening? I'm well, Master Die Maker. Thank you for asking. How is your training coming along? I've heard that you are set to advance this season. Your father must be so proud. Yes, I'm very close now. Things are progressing well, at least I think so. It's hard to know with him sometimes. Oh, try not to worry so much, dear. You've grown into a very capable young man. No doubt we can see that. But of course you were always that way. Really? Oh yes. I recall well the days when you were still small, living with your mother in that home by the mill. Whenever I would visit her, I was always so surprised at how dedicated you already were. So well-mannered and mature for your age. She would often joke that you'd be born as your father. Is that so? Yeah, so small. He and you are very alike, don't you think? You're both resolutely dedicated to the things you pursue. Well, I admire him. I want to make him proud. And that's a good thing. I'll let this old lady give you a piece of advice, Aram. Try not to let your expectations for something be the only reason you do it. It can be easy to lose perspective on whether or not a goal is worth it in the end. Worth it. Of course it's worth it. I've been working towards this my whole life. I know, dear. It's just something to think about. Right, of course. Thank you for your advice. Goodbye. Best of luck, Aram. I wish you the best. It was a blessing to see you. Likewise. Like that goodbye segment alone took like 8 different lines. Why do I still have a thing then? Don't you think it's strange, dear? What is? All of our homes and our streets, they were made long ago with archimancy. Yes, I remember hearing that story. It's hard enough to make simple implements like pottery or clothes. I can't imagine having that sort of skill. I'm not so good myself. It's an important skill for young people, don't lose it, typo. I'll try my best. Hey, it's you. You're that Woundbearer, Aram, right? I'm sorry if we met before. I've forgotten your name. No, I don't think we formally met. I just know of you from some of my friends in other applications. They tell me you do a lot of labor for them on the side. Not for any particular reason, just to help out or something. I wouldn't say I do a lot, but if somebody asks me, I try to do what I can. Really? So it is true, wow. Now if I'm free, I've got no real reason to refuse. I didn't realize I had a reputation for it or anything. Well, that's great to hear, free now. I suppose. But I'm sort of on my... Thanks, see, we're really overwhelmed with these deliveries today. Most of the apprentices are out doing that now. I've still got some sorting to finish up here, so I was really hoping someone else might handle a delivery of mine. I patched up some guy's sandals, so he'll need them back. Sure is lucky you came along. Right. Who's it for? Some apprentice who works at the brickworks? Oh, no, wait. Was it the kiln? Well, what's his name? Right. Got it written down here somewhere. Ah, damn, guess not. Completely slipped my mind. Sorry. What? How were you planning on returning to him in the first place then? Yeah, I guess that would have sucked. Good thing I don't have to anymore though, huh? Look, I know he'll be somewhere on the east side of town by the plantation, in or around one of the workshops over there anyway. Alright, I'm on my way. Did I really have a reputation for doing other people's errands? I thought about it for a moment and realized there was some truth to it. I wasn't ashamed of it, certainly. Why say no when I can help out? My father taught me better than that. That's the principle the settlement is built upon. Each and every one of us playing their part. It's why we're able to lead such pleasant, wantless lives. Yes. Wantless. But you know what? This is going on too long. I'm just gonna push the main quest and see where we go, since we only have like 15 minutes left in this game. Push the main quest. I mean, for all I know, this will end the main quest. I don't think so though. I think I want to do a night segment before we go. But I know there's some more story to cover before we can do that. Hello Aram. Good day? Not too bad so far. How about you, Sona? Pretty boring, you may be surprised to hear. I always try and volunteer for errands just to get out for the day. But I think they're on to me. Oh, you're Aram, right? That's right. Have you been well, my lady? Fine. She's blushing. I'm fine. That's good. I guess. Awkward lady. Are you supposed to be back here? Well, I'm not going to stay for long. I'll be in and out. I think I'm supposed to tell somebody there's a boy back here. No, really, I'm not up to anything bad. Well, if you're going to do something nefarious, you wouldn't just tell me about it, right? I'll be going then. Bye. Good evening. Good evening? Do you need something, Moonbearer? No, sorry. Well, I do, but, not from you. I see. Oh, Aram. Are you here for Sachita again? I wouldn't intrude otherwise. Well, I don't where she is. I don't know where she is, missing a word. I swear that girl. She's a bother. That's not true. Well, you don't have to be around her as much as I do. Even so. Sorry, that wasn't nice. So there's a go up here. So there's a whole bunch of like different rooms I can enter here. Picked up ceramic shards. So the various rooms are probably just for loot. So basically I'm robbing the temple while I'm here. Basically. Bandage. A boy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to be here. I don't really mind. Hey, I recognize you. Isn't your mother a high priestess? Yes. That's right. You're always here looking for that one maiden. Sachita, you know her, I assume? Yes. We're not friends. Right. All the conversations are so awkward, but in a nice way, in a purposeful way. The writing isn't awkward, it's the characters that are awkward. Hello, my love. How was your day? Good, Mom. Thank you. It's exciting, isn't it? We're so close now. Haha. Are you tired of hearing that? No, it's alright. I'm excited. But, oh, I see. Are you here for her? I was just wondering where she might be. That's all. Ah, of course. I should have known you wouldn't stop by just to see your poor mother. Mom, come on. It's not like that. I'm teasing you, love. She left a few minutes ago. Do you know where to? I think she mentioned the tree. Got it. Thank you, Mom. Love you. I love you too. It's exactly like that. Yes, exactly. Wait, this is the entrance to the chamber of the Ashan. I can't go in there. It's not proper without invitation. Oh god, there are 10 minutes left in the stream. Time to run to the tree. I didn't expect this day cycle part and the free time part to take nearly 2 hours. Well, nearly 1.5 hours, I guess. For the very first day itself. Although again, I am reading everything out I am talking everything out instead of just reading it. But still, you know, it's a bit much. I wonder how to get a thing on the roof. Probably have to go in here. Don't know who you are, don't want to talk to you. But it's not through here. Maybe it's through this passageway here. No, there's no passageway here. Don't want to talk to you. Just gonna talk to Sachita. Oh, it's through this one. Go up here. Oh, would you mind not going up there? Things are a mess up there, so I haven't had a chance to organize it yet. Oh, sorry. Well, I guess you're not getting that item. It is... I guess I don't mind it too much. Not like some other games that we've seen, but it is overly wordy in places. This is a cutscene. Can't control. I stopped for a minute and looked out at the fields. Apprentice farmers knelt to work in the fading evening light. They looked solemn in their work. I had never paid it much mind. These fields, I thought. Are these fields really all that separates us from hardships? I tried to think of what it might be like if there was little food to go around. I could take a smaller portion. Yes, I would be fine with that. Somebody else who needs it more than me? No. I will be okay with it, maybe. But somebody else... What would they have me do? What would they have me do if that person refused? Why are things becoming so complicated? I should be going. I don't want to miss her. Now I'm controlling the character again. This looks like the tree. Cutscene again. My feet fell gently in the swaying grass as I approached her. There in the dull amber field set beneath a pale tree, Sachita was like a white sunflower. Her hair fell gently to one side, head resting against the grey bark. Her eyes were closed but not in sleep of any kind. I knew she was awake, thinking. In a sea of ashen orange, she stood out with her brilliance. The brilliance of a lone flower among dying grass. I'll be clear. I love Sachita. I don't feel the same way about anybody else. Not like this. I felt my anxiety begin to fade as I approached her. My time with her often had that effect. As I drew closer, she opened one eye, a slow smile filling her face. See, this specific angle looks a lot like a character from Yu Yu Shiki. I think the anime. To me, anyway. It's like big eyes. It's like the proportion of like the big eyes, the nose, the mouth. She drew up, her hair now falling carelessly to the sides of her pale cheeks. Arab, she said. I stopped and waved. Her voice was soft and sweet. The piano was loud and discordant. It sounded much different than this morning. Perhaps it's hyperbole, but I could have sworn the notes of her voice carried far beyond the tree, out and over the hills. She seldom spoke with a volume of any sort, even giving sermons. No, but it was engrossing. The sort of voice that draws your attention and feels like the sun in the skin. You're a bit far from town, Sachi, I said. She looked somewhere off to her right. Well, I was counting my steps. I wanted to see how many it was from the edge of town to here, you see. And then from here to the water. She looked at me childishly, clearly enamored with her findings. Don't you think it's strange, Aram? What strange? I replied. This tree is halfway between them, almost exactly. Her eyes narrowed and she seemed to think about the words a bit longer. Well, I suppose that depends on what you count as the furthest building. Oops. I looked back the way I had come. The settlement lay to our backs, roughly 1 mile away. It's the kiln, I think, I said. I thought about it some more. No, do the sheds count as buildings? I shrugged at her. Is that really why you came out here? Do you think it's boring? She asked, clearly disappointed I wasn't celebrating her discovery. For the first time I see overlap, like between the Z and the X. There's a bit of overlap here. Yeah, Lil, I said, laughing. Well, that's not very nice, she replied, idly running the long braid in her hair through her fingers. I was just always curious, that's all. She sighed, looking out at the horizon. I should really spend my free time doing something a bit more. She trailed off. It was empty past the tree. The path continued, but only for a short while longer. After that, it was simply water. Water and nothing. The horizon, touched by hints of amber light, met the edge of the sea. Sachita patted the ground beside her. Do you want to sit for a while? I can't promise it will be very exciting though. I nodded awkwardly, suddenly realizing I was somewhere between leaning and crouching. I sat next to her, crossing my legs. How was it today? She asked, turning her gaze from the horizon. You're, a season away? I nodded. Yeah. I'm so happy for you, she smiled. You must be excited. She is very sunburned, yes. I thought about my conversation with father. I looked down at my hands and at the weapon strapped to my waist. I am. I've wanted this for a really long time. I turned to her. We may see each other more often, actually. If I become a temple guard, I'll be able to escort you sometimes. She nodded eagerly. You're right, I hadn't thought of that. There was a short silence. About this morning, during the prayer, I began with a sudden desire to broach the topic. At this, Sachita's face grew somewhat red. That was so embarrassing, she began. No, listen, I cut her off. I was going to say that I don't think anyone minded, really. It was an innocent lie, but insincere all the same. Sachita gave a small laugh. They did, she said quietly. It was an accident, it won't happen again. I felt embarrassed having brought it up. The effigy was perfect though, I said, trying to change the subject. She shook her head. Thank you, Aram, but it wasn't. Come on, Sachi, I said in reply. You know it's better than I can do. Sachita smiled a bit. Well, wood is easy, you know. It's not very dense. Not for me, I said, stretching out my palm. I closed my eyes, trying to remember all breathing exercises and focus techniques. I hadn't been taught any formal archimancy at the armory in years, after all. I fixated my mind on the small wooden figure Sachita had made this morning. My outstretched hand grew warm, and after a few seconds, I opened my eyes again. I heard Sachita's soft laughter before I had the chance to look at what I now held in my palm. It was made of wood, that much was certain. As for the shape, it was more like a bit of melted clay than anything remotely human. Even if I had more time to study the original, I would be hard-pressed to make anything so detailed as hers. God's light have actually gotten worse. Sachita composed herself enough to speak. It's a good effort. I started to chuckle as well despite myself. Her laughter was infectious. I suppose that was because it was so rare to hear it. We grew quiet and minutes passed in comfortable silence. I can't really poke fun, honestly, Sachita said, some of the brightness gone from her voice. My last batch of practice for the festival came out like that too. Metal is really tough. I glanced at my sword. It's supposed to be. Pure iron, right? Not an alloy? She nodded. Pure, which is supposed to make it much easier. But I'm struggling. The other maidens could do it on their first few tries, I've heard. I don't think I'll have it ready in time. And they'll have to pick somebody else. She opened her mouth to say something more but stopped. Sachita spoke like this often. She was quick to self-deprecate. I never knew how to respond. I like to think that I know her quite well, but even so, what I mean is that encouragement is hollow sometimes. People pick up on it, and Sachita was adept at spotting lies. Sachita began. I don't want to disappoint the High Priestess. I looked up for a moment, thinking of her response. Well, there's time still, I managed meekly. She nodded slowly. That wasn't the right thing to say. Looking down at her hand, she turned her palm towards the sky. After a moment, a flash of indigo light came from her palm. When the light faded, in her hand was a small wooden ring. A sun ring, like that any man or woman would wear. It's detailed, sure, she said quietly, but in a different material it wouldn't look as good. She smiled softly. Do you want it, Aram? It was a familiar question. Sometimes she gave me the things she made in practice. For as long as I could remember, my room was full of them. Small wooden rings, blocks, and other things a child makes with archimancy. Sachita was like that. I tried not to show it, but I was eager to accept them. I figured it meant she was thinking about me. It was a nice feeling. I nodded and extended my palm towards her. Clutching the ring in a fist, Sachita pressed it gently into my open hand. But then she lingered. Her hand rested on top of mine for a long moment. Her hand was still warm for the archimancy she had cast. It was soft and without calluses, unlike my own. After a moment, our arms drifted downwards, hands still touching. I felt the dry grass scratch at my skin. The wind blew light, leaving a warm silence. There we sat as I looked at her. She faced away, staring out at the hills. I wish then I could know what she was thinking. It was these quiet but significant moments between us in which I wanted to know more than ever. Did she feel as warm inside as I did, sitting there under the tree? But suddenly I felt her hand tense. She pulled away quickly. Her arm returned to her lap and she sat up straight. Her smile had faded. I have to go, Aram. I need to practice. Right. Pulling the hood off her menage over her face, Sachita stood, dusting the grass off the hem of her dress. Okay, I replied. Stepping a few feet away, she turned to look at me from over her shoulder. I'll see you soon. Yeah, I said again. She nodded after a moment, walking away. And before long, as the sunlight faded, she had disappeared into the outer line of buildings, making up the settlement. Shouldn't you have walked her back? Why would you just sit there and watch her walk away? I watched her go. Sachita, the girl that I loved. It had taken me years to notice it. But as I grew older, it became clear. Something was wrong with Sachita. Something had always been wrong with her. Suppose I noticed the gravity of it far too late. It's not just that everyone hates her. It's not just that she hides her face. It's not just that she pulls away. I knew there was something broken about Sachita, fundamentally. That I know. But it doesn't matter what it is, because one day soon, I'm going to marry her. I'm going to marry Sachita and keep her safe. If the world scorns her, I will be there in front of her like a shield. All of her sadness, the things she holds inside, I will take them all away. As a wound bearer, I will have that kind of strength. I have a duty to the settlement, of course, but I'm not doing this entirely for them. It's for her. It's always been for her. Okay, yeah, we're not about to finish. This demo is not even halfway. Yeah, well, I think it's 2/3 done, but there's still an entire segment that we never got to, which is kind of really interesting. There's a whole underground exploration thing, the platformer part that we never got to, and it's been almost 1.5 hours, and we have to stop the stream. So it was very, very wordy. Like I said, I didn't mind it in terms of like reading it, and like because the text flowed really well. There were very few typos in it. It was nice and pleasant to read. Each line was kind of like a short quick burst, but there were a lot of them, like 1.5 hours worth of them. Plus I skipped some side quests along the way, so it could actually do with some like cutting down. And yes, because of that, I have no idea what the battle segment is like, and we might never know. I might come back to the game another evening, another afternoon, or we might not. I'm not sure. We'll see how. I can't actually save, in fact, without actually going to a bed, right? So I guess I need to go back to my bed and then rest there. But if I hit another cutscene on the way, that might be another 20 minutes, right? Because of how this game does it. Like, look, what is this? It was really nothing, Prav. I'm fine. Wasn't nothing. You nearly lost a hand, Khan. Yeah, but I didn't, right? Hey guys. Hey Aram. Oh. Hi Aram. It's getting late. What were you doing out in the plantation? Not much. You know, enjoying the sunset. Oh, I see. So Sachi definitely wasn't there? She might have been. So what? Nothing. Just wondering. Did you talk to her about this morning? That must have been so embarrassing. Oh, Lil, I think it's fine. If you say so, I'll ask her at home tonight. Speaking of, can we head back now? Yes, please. I'm exhausted. Fine. But we aren't done talking about today, Khan. Of course not. The three of us walked back towards Canary and I's housing. Canary's and my housing. Arriving at the door, Canary waved to Prava before heading in. I began to do the same, but Prava put a hand on my shoulder. Stop! I need to end the stream. Aram, wait up a second. He was being really weird at the kiln today. Reckless and stupid. Yeah, he does that. No, I mean, he's not being careful like usual. He's being unsafe with the tools and around the fire. I'm worried he's going to hurt himself by accident. Prava, will you just talk to him? A little bit? He'll be fine, I promise. That's how Canary is. You know that. Please, Aram? You won't listen to me, of course. We live together. And, you know, we're both boys. Okay. I'll talk to him. I promise. Let me go now. Okay, thank you, Aram. Just wanted to make sure he's okay, you know. It's alright, I get it. Well, good night. I'll meet you tomorrow morning, okay? Yeah, good night, Prava. like 20 something lines just to tell me one thing, and plus extra narration here. With that, she gave a small wave and walked down the street. Watched her go for a moment, quickly disappearing around a corner, paid by the word they might well be. This wasn't the first time Prava had asked me to talk to Kanari instead. It was always for similar reasons. I decided, as usual, not to say anything. I discovered early on it was best not to pry with Kanari. Prava is protective. She tends to overreact. Alright, I'm headed to bed. Sure. But first, let's have a little chat. You too? Chat? Oh yes, about? Don't play dumb. You and Sachita were out there for a few hours, right? I guess, I don't really remember. Anything happened? No. If something did, you would be the first to know, trust me. Well, did you at least try? Try what? Don't be an idiot. I'm not just going to lean in and try to kiss her suddenly. God's light, I'm not telling you to just jump on her. You need to set it up and, ease into it. I know, Ken, I'm not that stupid. Really? You seem to think I'm completely hopeless around girls. Which you are. But believe it or not, I've known Sachita for a long time. I know she feels the same way about me. It's just... What's holding you back? It's not the right time yet. I'm still an apprentice. That's what you always say. So, here's what I think. Do what you want, but don't wait too long. What do you mean? She's not going anywhere. You might be right, but... Y'all want to talk, Ken? Huh? I'll tell Sachita how I feel just as soon as you kiss Prava. What? That's completely different. I don't know. Really? It's not like that. Sure it's not. Hey, it's getting late. I'm going to bed for real this time. Yeah? Good night, Aaron. Good night, Ken. Finally, we get to save. Okay. Have a wonderful evening and see y'all tomorrow. Appreciate y'all sticking around with me. This game, I like the writing. I do like the writing. But I don't like the balance between the writing and the non-writing bits. Because obviously we didn't even get to that after like 1.5 hours. So yeah, it was a bit strange. But I do like the writing, I like the story, I like the characters. But yes, rest your wings and we'll see you tomorrow. Stay warm, stay safe, and be wonderful to everyone. See you tomorrow, yes. See all of you tomorrow. Goodbye.